Welcome back to ACR, and we're actually here in front of the new Mercedes-Benz precinct at Breakfast Creek Wharf alongside the GTS. So as you can see on the onset, the front end of this car is really aggressive. The light styling, the front Panamericana grille, the air intakes just really set this beast off. So underneath the hood is a 4-litre bi-turbo V8 handcrafted by an AMG technician. This 4-litre bi-turbo V8 produces 384 kilowatts, 670 newton meters of torque. It's also paired with the active engine mounts by AMG, which at reduced speeds allow the engine to vibrate as per normal, and then at higher speeds locks the engine down, centralizing the weight, allowing you to shift into corners and outer corners more efficiently. So the GT series, including the GTS, takes its origin from the old Gullwing SLS model. Now, the SLS was the first AMG built from the ground up by the AMG Center. There was no Mercedes-Benz counterpart to it. So with that, it had unlimited potential to produce a phenomenal machine. Now, when they were looking to move on from the SLS, they thought of the GT. Hand in hand with Lewis Hamilton from the F1 racing team, they came up with the GT series. GTS, GT, GTC, and GTR. All different levels of performance in the GT range, and now that encompasses, for the first time, a 4-door version of this. So the first thing you're going to notice when you hop in this car is this massive center console. Now, as mentioned previously, it's because the engine actually sits between you and the passenger. And it's actually made to mimic a V8, hence the 4 controls each side of it, just like the valves on a V8 engine. This vehicle is actually going through a facelift at the model, and we'll cover more of that when that car comes out. But the biggest change really to the center console is that these controls are actually going to go to LED touch panels. I've seen these LED touch panels in the new GT63S, and don't get me wrong, as much as they're great and they're really good to look at, I feel like you kind of lose some of the experience out of the car. It's like going from a fighter jet sort of control system to like a Boeing 747 airliner where it's just all cruise. The next thing you'll notice in here is the audio system by Burmeister. A 10-speaker, 10-channel, 640-watt system, and boy does it thump. But to be honest, you're probably never going to really use it because all you want to do is hear the exhaust at the back. So the storage space in here it's sufficient, but it's not going to be really good for long drives. So it's not like you're going to do Darwin to Brisbane in this car. It's not made for that. It's short trip journeys, even though it's a bit of a tourer. The room up front is sufficient for both driver and passenger, but as you probably noticed, there is no rear seats. So pick your best friend and take them for the drive. That's enough about the technical side of this vehicle. I think you all want to know how does it drive. So let's start her up and find out. This car feels like fantastic to drive, and I just can't express it enough over this video. It just really hugs the road, and having that mid-engine with the rear transaxle transmission, it just solidifies it on the ground. Like, it hugs it so much. Even though it's on your rear wheel, you get so much traction out of it. It's amazing, it really is. And they've really finished it off well too. There's no real hard plastics or nothing. It's like, it's perfect. The full Napa leather interior. You can hear the exhaust going all the time. It crackles and pops as you accelerate. It really is phenomenal. I love driving this car. I really do. The Alcantara steering wheel just feels good in the hands as well. Just feels really sporty. Everything's just finished off nicely. One of the things I really like about this car is its presence, its on-road presence. The solar beam yellow with the black aero kit, people just stop and stare. The amount of people when we were parked doing our piece to camera at the front of the Mercedes-Benz building, the amount of people that walked over and just wanted to check it out was phenomenal. Yeah, it's a lovely beast, and everyone wants to have a look at it. There's nothing like driving this car, there really isn't. I think the only way you could top this would be the GTR, and if you're going to go even one step further, I'd probably say the GT63S. The AMG performance seats really hug you as well, which is great. And there's adjustments on the side here for the bolsters, so you can make them come in or you can make them go out, just really hugging you into the seat, keeping you upright around some of the harder corners as well. The other thing too is, like, I don't know if you can hear it at the moment, but that's the quiet sound. Like, that's its idle in comfort. And Sports Plus, just you hear that tonal change and you're like, wow. And then the steering stiffens up, the accelerator becomes more responsive, everything. And then the exhaust just sounds phenomenal. Oh man. But its 7-speed automatic transmission is just fantastic. Like, unlike the C63 that had the 7-speed in it, it felt janky in its like performance. So, you know, you can sort of have yourself rocking backwards and forwards, but I think the 7-speed in this one's done really nicely. It really has been done well. This is the car that kids have on their wall, you know, it's their poster above their bed or whatnot. They dream about this car, like what the Lamborghini Countach was, you know, back in the 80s, you know, like kids had it on the wall. And now it's the GTS. Well, look, this has been Alan from ACR. This is the GTS by AMG, and look forward to seeing you again next time.